Welcome to the National Museum Virtual Tour. I am Mariah, your tour guide for today. National Museum of the Philippines is located in Padre Burgos Avenue, Rizal Park, Ermita, Manila. It is open every Tuesday to Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., but the cutoff time is 3:30 p.m. The museum is limited to 100 persons only in every session, and booking is required per large group or 20 to 30 people. We have three national museums in the country: the National Museum of Fine Arts, National Museum of Anthropology, and National Museum of Natural History. Our first stop is the National Museum of Fine Arts. Along Padre Burgos Street, heading southwest, the monumental old legislative building is presently the National Museum of Fine Arts. Home to 29 galleries and hallway exhibitions comprising of 19th century Filipino masters, national artists, leading modern painters, sculptors, and printmakers. Also on view are art loans from other government institutions, organizations, and individuals. Let's go inside. The first hall is called Spolarium Hall. Formerly the old House of Representatives Hall, now displays Juan Luna Spolarium, Felix Resurrección Hidalgo's El Asesinato del Gobernador Bustamante, and Mariano Benelur's Monument to Arthur Walsh Ferguson. Luna's Spolarium won the gold medal during the 1884 Exposición Nacional de Bellas Artes in Madrid, Spain. Hidalgo's work is about his interpretation of the assassination of Fernando Bustamante and his son. You want to hear some trivia? Luna, Hidalgo, and Villeneuve were classmates in Rome from 1881 to 1884, and this hall reunites the work of these three artists who were educated and received artistic recognition overseas. Next, the Old Session Hall of the Senate of the Philippines currently displays national artist Carlos Botong Francisco's Filipino struggles through history. This hall also features an entablature of great lawmakers and moralists through history, which was the work of Isabel Tampico and his sons Angel and Vidal. Trivia: after the Battle of Manila in 1945, the National Museum of the Philippines embarked on comprehensive restoration of this hall to celebrate its importance and significance as a testament to the artistry, ingenuity, and learning of Filipinos for full independence. We are now in the Gallery 3, called Ramon and Milagros del Rosario Family Hall. This features 55 works of sacred art from the collection of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and a number of artworks from the National Fine Arts Collection. Notable in this exhibition are works by known masters such as Damian Domingo, Simon Flores, and Justiniano Asuncion. This is Damian Domingo's La Apotheosis de Santo Tomas Aquino. Apotheosis means elevation of a person to a rank of a god. This painting suggests that Saint Thomas is writing the treatise on the Trinity, the Trinate, but is distracted by a mythical vision. Domingo was one of the most prominent artists in the Philippines in the 19th century. Trivia: he established the first art school in the country. This exhibition highlights the role of church as the sole patron of arts during the Spanish colonial period. We are now in Gallery 6, Gallery of Paintings of Los Don Pintores, Juan Luna, and Felix R. Hidalgo in Grace Luna de San Pedro Hall. This is Hidalgo's La Barca de Aquironte. This painting of a boatman with the hooded figure represents Charon, the Greek god of the underworld, who carries the soul through the waters that separate the world of the living and the dead. Trivia: Hidalgo was inspired to paint this after reading Dante's Inferno. He also won the gold medal for this during the 1889 Paris Exposition. In addition, you can see the two national cultural treasures, the Una Bulaqueña and the Parisian Life by Luna displayed here. Una Bulaqueña, or A Woman from Bulacan, is one of the paintings which Luna did when he returned to the Philippines in 1894. This exhibition celebrates and commemorates Juan Luna and Felix Hidalgo, or two artistic geniuses who brought honor to the country. Let's move on to Gallery 8. Gallery 8 consists of war paintings in Laya Hall. This oil painting of Fernando Amorsolo in 1942 shows the burning of Manila when the Japanese Imperial Army occupied the city. Works in this gallery portrays the Imperial Japanese occupation from 1941 to 1945, the liberation of the Philippines by American and Filipino forces, and the destruction of City of Manila. Gallery 12 and Security Bank Hall honors Tolentino's significant contributions to Philippine art history as the first national artist for sculpture. This exhibition gallery was opened through the support of Security Bank Hall, to which it is named after. Next up, the National Museum of Anthropology stages the Philippine ethnographic, terrestrial, and underwater archaeological collections narrating the story of the Philippines from the past as presented through artifacts as evidence of prehistory. The first hall features the material culture of the region, known for their ornate decoration and ornaments in social, economic, political, and ritual contexts, Bangsamoro. Bangsamoro is derived from Filipino term bangsa, which means nation, while Moro refers to Spanish appellation to all Muslim in southern Philippines. Here you can see the Quran, which is significant to Muslim Filipinos as it is handwritten in Arabic language and calligraphy, and bears handwritten notes in Malay languages on some pages. Lumad Gallery features the material culture of the 13th Lumad group represented in the National Ethnographic Collection. It explores the significance of Mindanao or natural research and resources to Lumad identity, as well as their experiences and established ties with neighboring groups, specifically the Muslims. Trivia: the word lumad is a Visayan term meaning native or indigenous. This hall features palayok. In the early history of the Philippines, earthenware ceramics have played an important role in ancient rituals and burial practices. Among this is burying the dead in jars from around 3,000 to 1,000 years ago. Hibla ng Lahing Pilipino Gallery showcases the traditional textile produced by various indigenous and cultural communities. It tells the story of how these textiles were made, materials in making the cloth, and the technologies they used. The dead blanket, called kinutian, used by highest members of the Ifugao community, is also displayed here. Entwine Spears Gallery acknowledges and honors local basket and mat weavers in different regions of the country. It highlights the significance of baskets and mats as part of both tangible and intangible Filipino cultural heritage through the different materials, techniques used, and the designs incorporated in them, as entwined in their function as accessories and costumes, containers of both secular and sacred objects, and conveyors in fishing. And our last stop is the National Museum of Natural History. Upon entrance, you will get a full view of the Marinduque sperm whale, a 13.25-meter whale skeleton suspended from the ceiling. It was recovered and preserved by Luciano Matienzo and later acquired by the National Museum. It is now a prominent highlight of this hall as viewers walk through these doors. This is the Tree of Life, designed to represent richness of the Philippines' natural resources. Trivia: the Tree of Life is iconic in the Book of Genesis and Charles Darwin's On the Origin of Species. The replicas of dinosaur bones are also displayed here. Gallery 1 is Philippine Biodiversity. Highlights the amazing diversity of both fauna and flora of the country. Gallery 2 is the Geology of the Philippines. Gallery 3, Minerals and Energy Resources. 4, Life Through Time. Gallery 5 is a mossy montane and pine forest. Gallery 6 is Tropical Lowland Evergreen Rainforest. The Ayala Reception Hall, where we can see Lolong's skeleton in the ceiling. Gallery 12 consists of the history of naturalists in the Philippines. Featured in this gallery are objects from a reproduction of the Morello Philippine map, biographies of pioneering naturalists in the country, old flora and fauna books, and some of the country's extant and extinct species in taxidermy. And this is the end of our tour. Thank you for listening and joining me today. I hope you enjoy and learn some new things. Once again, I'm Mariah, your tour guide, signing off.